When her body speaks before her words, the silent signals of female desire. Most men believe attraction begins when a woman speaks to them, smiles at them, or gives a compliment. But the truth is very different. Attraction, interest, curiosity, these things begin long before words are used. They begin in silence. They begin in micro movements, in energy, in small emotional signals that often go unnoticed. A woman's body is always communicating, even when her words are not. Before she talks, she reacts. Before she smiles, she feels. Before she expresses her emotions, her body leaks them through tiny, subtle signs. Scientists call these micro-expressions, tiny emotional flashes that appear for less than a second. Most men miss them, but once you start noticing them, you will see a completely new world. A woman may not say, "I'm curious about you," but her eyes will stay on you for 1 extra second. She may not say, "I feel comfortable near you," but she will move a little closer when she doesn't need to. She may not say, "I like your presence," but she will find small excuses to continue the interaction, even if the conversation is already over. These are not random moments, these are emotional signals. The ability to read these signals does not make you manipulative, it makes you emotionally aware. Now listen carefully. Women do not communicate interest directly. They communicate through how they position their bodies, through how they move their feet, through how often they turn their neck to look at you, through how far or close they stand, through how long they hold eye contact, and what they do immediately after. A woman may touch her hair. Is that always attraction? No. But if she touches her hair after looking at you, if she adjusts her clothes right before you arrive, if her tone of voice suddenly becomes softer, these are signs of alertness. Her body is waking up emotionally. When a woman becomes emotionally alert around you, it means you are no longer background noise. You are now part of her awareness. That is the first stage of attraction. It does not mean she is in love. It does not mean she wants a relationship. It simply means this: you have captured some of my emotional attention. But what most men don't know is, attention is not attraction. Attention is simply awareness. Attraction happens only when emotions are stimulated. And which emotions matter most? Curiosity, comfort, tension, mystery, and emotional challenge. A woman does not desire a man because he talks about himself, shows off, or tries to convince her he is good. No, she becomes interested in the man who makes her feel something. Not confusion, not desperation, not pressure, but emotional energy. Maybe it's comfort, maybe it's challenge, maybe it's mystery, maybe it's security. Women do not remember what you said, they remember how they felt when you were there. Now let's talk about a deeper level, emotional testing. A woman will not ask directly, "Are you confident?" She will test it. She may ignore a message, she may give a very short answer, she may suddenly become quiet, she may cancel plans, she may take time before replying. Is it always a test? No, but sometimes it's nature, it's instinct, it's her emotional system trying to understand something important. Can I feel safe around this man? Can I respect this man? Does he have emotional strength? Will he panic, react, or remain calm? A woman does not give a man attraction. She allows him to become attractive through his emotional balance. Let me say that differently. A woman doesn't fall for the man who tries hardest. She falls for the man who stays emotionally centered, the man who is calm when others are nervous, the man who listens when others force, the man who understands silence, not just words, because real seduction begins in silence. Silence reveals emotional strength. Silence reveals comfort. Silence reveals patience. Silence allows attraction to breathe. But most men panic in silence. They think, "She's losing interest, I should talk more." and they start forcing, chasing, convincing, proving. But she loses attraction, not because he is bad, but because he is emotionally reactive. Women are not attracted to desperate energy. They are attracted to centered energy. Let's explore another important thing: body positioning. When a woman stands with her feet pointed toward you, she is open. If her shoulders and hips face you while talking, she is engaged. If she leans toward you while listening, she is interested. If she stands closer, even when she could stand somewhere else, she feels safe. Now listen carefully. If she looks away, but keeps her body facing you, she is interested, but shy. If she keeps eye contact, but keeps her body angled away, she is testing boundaries. If her torso moves closer, but her feet move back, she is uncertain. Her body is a mixture of signals to not a clear yes or no. That is why you must understand not every sign is attraction, not every sign is rejection. There is a third category: emotional curiosity. Curiosity is the foundation of attraction. You cannot build attraction without curiosity. You cannot build connection without emotional safety. You cannot build desire without a combination of tension and unpredictability. That is why women love emotional rhythm. Not emotional chaos, not emotional deadness, but rhythm. A rhythm of attention and space, of presence and mystery, of warmth and calmness. Too much attention becomes pressure. Too little attention becomes ignorance. The right amount becomes emotional magnetism. And here, my friend, is the biggest truth. A woman is not attracted to a man because he is handsome, rich, or charming. She is attracted to the man whose presence she feels even in silence. When she feels safe, but excited. When she feels calm, but slightly nervous. When she feels understood, without explaining. When she feels seen, without being judged. That is emotional elegance. That is masculine presence. That is what women secretly desire, but rarely explain. Because you cannot tell a woman to be attracted, you must allow her to feel attraction. And the real question is not, what should I say to her? The real question is, what emotional experience does she feel when I am around? Because in the end, attraction is not about words, it is about feeling. It is not about logic. It is about emotional rhythm. It is not about chasing. It is about presence. And when you understand what her body reveals before her words, you begin to understand the real language of desire.